desired situation. We have a problem today, and we have to solve the problem for tomorrow. You have a current situation and a future situation, or current state or future state. Okay, just like a manager who has a vision. To identify a problem, the team must know where it is meant to be and have a clear understanding of where it is currently in relation to the perceived problem. Where is it going? Is it going to be a big problem? Okay, so you have to prevent the problem from making it big, making the problem big. Now when it is now bigger, the problems becomes bigger, huge problem. It will be more difficult to solve. Okay, while the problem is small, you are doing something about it. So you are trying to prevent a maybe it could be a degradation, uh, degradation problem, meaning already this it's already spread. The problem already spread. So degradation situation already. A problem statement should describe an undesirable gap between the current state level of performance and the desired future state of level for performance. Okay, there is a gap. You're bridging the gap in order for you to meet your future state, your goal. A problem statement should include absolute or relative measures of the problem that quantify that gap. Okay, something like this. You have a current state, and you have a gap, and that would be there is a restraining force. Your something is restraining you from solving the problem, from solving the gap. Attracting force, a strategic action. Important is a strategic action because you want to reach the desired state. What is your desired state? There will be no absenteeism. Oh, you have reduced the turnover of employee. You have increased the turnover of the company products to the market. What other uh, desired state did you want to? 100% effectiveness, 100% efficiency. In the real world, that is not true. Okay. Okay. 100% training and development. TNA, training needs assessment of everyone. What else? What you want? Okay. Uh, so many metrics, smart objectives that you want to, solve and be at the desired state. Okay. You are bridging the gap. Looking at the future, envisage the future. I'll give you an example. Current state, 75% workers efficiency. Maybe you're going to bridge the gap, okay, between 75 and 95% worker efficiency. You want to reach this level. 85 machine efficiency, 98 machine efficiency, for example. This is just example, no? This is not true data or true numbers or figures. 50% training achievement, 100% training achievement, or maybe 90% SLA, service level agreement. You want to service all the customers 100%. If you are not able to serve your customer, that's problem, right? And there are so many customer complaints in terms of the packaging, in terms of the content of the product, in terms of the defect of the products. If you have that, then that's a problem. Huh? You want to solve the customer relationship problem. 80% customer complaint solved. You want 100% customer complaint solved. You don't want other customer to wait. You put them aside or let's solve his problem later. No, you don't want that. No. The current state says 80% only customer complaint solved. It should be 100% ideally, right? So you have no problem there. 75% overall equipment effectiveness. Or 90, you want 95% increase? Try to be realistic. Maybe you try one step at a time. You want to increase by 5%, certain period of time, then another 5%, another 5%, until, you know, you make it big. All right? That's how you do it. What's inside? What's in between? What's in between of this? Gap. This is gap. And what is gap? Gap in terms of maybe training and development. People, there are more X people than Y people, Y employee. That's gap. Okay. There are more non-performer employees. No training and development. Skill sets are lacking. So that's the gap. So those are the problem, no? Because this is the problem statement, supposedly, then you have a gap. You address. Maybe you address in terms of management. Maybe you have to review the policies, the procedures, no, SOP, things like that. No, you are looking at the all the contributing factors why it contributed to low uh, key performances. So you address the gap. Okay. You have to identify those gaps. What are the gaps? Uh, Recruitment, they will do talent gap analysis, right? The recruitment guys. Lacking of manpower, they already have an approved uh, organizational structure, but the recruitment is not able to recruit. Hmm? Why? Because other companies are paying more money. Nobody wants to go to your company. Oh, that's very corrupt company. I don't want to be associated with these guys. No leadership, you know. No leadership, no program, hmm? Low paying company, no benefits. Why everybody would work in that company? So it's not only the fault of recruitment manager. Maybe the CEO is blaming the recruitment manager. It's not good. So I will get another recruitment manager. I'm gonna kick you out. Okay, I'll sack you. Okay, I get another recruitment, but does not solve the problem because you did not identify or analyze the root causes. It could be an underlying cause, management cause. You know the domino principle. If you have management in the beginning, you have problems in the management, all the rest, no, the symptoms will come out. All the rest will be knocked down. You know, the domino principle. Everything, if you have no good policy, no good leadership of the management, then everything else will knock down. You know the domino principle? Okay. So you have to find the root cause. The root cause is the management, not the recruitment manager. That's why it's not able to recruit. Because of the compensation. Okay. You review your compensation. Base it on the market. Okay? You have to base it in the market. The market says, okay, this is the salary. Okay, you meet the labor market or you exceed. You be the lead. You lead or you lag. You meet, you lag, or you lead. It's better to meet and lead rather than lagging from the labor market. Okay. So when there is a discrepancy between our current status and some goal that we wish to achieve, with no obvious ways to bridge the gap, then a problem is said to be present. So we have no way of finding the root cause. We don't know what's causing it. You don't know how to do cause and effects analysis. So problem is always present, and the problem which is not solved will become bigger every day. Every time that you turn you know your face the other way, then problem will become bigger. So defining problem. First, you need to know whether it's worth spending time and effort to solve the problem. Is it meaningful for you to solve the problem? Okay. Uh, what are the gains in solving this problem? Is it going to solve the problem in terms of behavior of the people? Okay. Is the problem is going to solve the bottom line of the company? The making money problem? The company is having problem and they are not making money. Of course, that's a big problem, not making money. And also, the employees will not have opportunities. No opportunities. If the company is making so much money, then there will be added benefits. They will review the policy, or they will give more training. They will give more benefits. They will give more opportunities. They will give opportunities on career development, things like that. No, that's why everybody are really working hard for to contribute for the company to make more money to solve problems. So is the problem significant and specific? Significant? Is it important? Is it an urgent one or is it an important one? If not, then you're just wasting your time. Well, solving it add value to you, your company, and customer. It should be value adding. Anything, any initiative that you have that you are trying to do or you're trying to propose should add value. That is what the management is looking for, adding value. Adding value to the product, adding value to the services, you know. You should add value. If you're not adding value, then that's not good solving the problems. Don't waste your time solving the problem because there will be no value. Okay? Example. Hmm. You're solving the problems of the customer complaints. Oh, you are addressing it. The voice of customer. We'll talk about voice of customer later. Part of the Six Sigma. Then, okay, we add value by working on that. Solving the problems of customer. Like you, the problem of people are not taking your products off the shelf in the supermarket. Why they're not taking? The other competitor are, the frequency of, uh, they call it take off. I think take off is more frequency than yours product. Why? The the problem in terms of packaging, your packaging is not attractive. The competitors' packaging is very attractive that the customers or the consumers are just by looking at the packaging, that's adding value. You add value to it by making it look good, make it look sexy, making it more attractive. So that's adding value because you want to sell all your products. You want 100% sold. Is it your responsibility to solve the problem? It should be. Otherwise, you're not solving the problem. If not, leave the problem unsolved or pass it on to the person whose responsibility is to deliver solutions. If you decide to solve the problem because it falls under responsibility, then it is worth spending time and effort to understanding the problem. No, you need to spend more time and effort. If you're adding value, it is it's worthwhile. It's you're adding more value. You're you're getting more customers. You're attracting more customers. Things like that. You're increasing your productivity, your efficiency, and that's meaningful problem solving. Especially if you're dealing with problems that will take months to solve. Okay. So I'll give you an example of defining the problem from the DMAIC analysis tool of Six Sigma. Means define. You have to define the problem. You have to know what is going on, what has occurred. Okay. So you define the problem like definition like, oh, there's a microorganism contamination. Oh, so you have defined the problem, and uh, 20% rejection of raw materials because of contamination. So you have defined the problem. No? Measure the problem. You could do a laboratory test. You could do many things. You can do measurement like KPI, measurement of KPI, key performance metrics. Analyze using tools, total quality management tools. Im- then improve. Mm. You make this is part of the solution. No? You improve, like bridging the gap. No, you make things. Uh, Try to innovate. Try to uh, create, formulate workable uh, process processes. And then control it. Control means sustainable. You're controlling it. You don't want it to be recurrence happening again over and over. So you're controlling. Define the problem, improvement, activity, opportunity for improvement, project goals, and customer, internal and external requirements. So that's DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So part of the DMAIC is a voice of the customers. One of them is a term that describes your customers' feedback. Kasi bottom line customer pa rin eh. Always customer. Whether you are profit-oriented or service-oriented. You are serving the customer. You are selling to the customers. Selling products to customer. So, very important is the customer. Because without the customer, your company will not exist. Who's going to buy your products? Who's going to avail of your services? Right? Like for example, if you are a massage parlor, okay, you're doing massage. So without customer, who will be what will be your services? You cannot do massage without customer, right? Or you are selling smartphones or SIM cards. Oh, you need customers. Oh yeah, you're selling fish, meat, vegetables, all those basic. You need customers. Even in a drugstore, pharmacy, they're also looking for customer. They want to sell their medicines and all other things. The health, the health products. The what do you call that? Oh. So you need customers. So you have to have customer relationship management. You have to take care of your customer. You have to hear, rather listen to their feedback, listen to their complaints. Is a term that describes your customer's feedback about their experiences with and expectations for your products or services. There are only two things: products or services. Right? Meralco. Meralco is providing services, providing also products because their products is electricity. Right? Water. Oh, they need water to sell to the people. Uh, Charging too much money. Even the Meralco charging. All right. You know that in Asia we are the most expensive when it comes to utilities. The same consumption, like example, uh, kilowatt hour. Same consumption. Let's say, for example, 2,000 kilowatt hour. 2,000 kilowatt hour also in India. 2,000 kilowatt hour here. We are we if let's say for example, we are paying, let's say for example, we're paying 4,000 pesos monthly. In India, the same kilowatt hour, in India they're only paying 2,000 pesos. Rupees. And rupees and pesos almost the same, no? Small difference. So half the price that we have, our electricity is more expensive. That's India also. India, they have lots of poor, no, population. You know, there are more poor people in India, but their military is good, the technology is good, the IT sector is good. Uh, Especially the military, because they're putting more budgets in their military, because they have enemies, no. They have neighboring countries, no. They got borders with Pakistan, borders with China, and other countries. So that's why they are always modernizing their military. That's why they have lots of missiles, lots of fighter planes. They have everything. So in addition to the 1,200,000,000 people, uh, the population of India, but still the electricity is very cheap, only half. How much more the Singapore, Japan, China? Their electricity is much lower than our compared to ours. They have uh, renewable energy. They got nuclear power plants. No, Japan is lots of power plants. South Korea. Why are these countries are so progressive? Because they got lots of nuclear power plant. We have one in the Bataan, but we already paid for it. But still, until now, it's still not working since the time of its completion during the time of Marcos. Okay, that's why our electricity is very expensive, because we're getting our source of energy from fossil fuel, no, the crude oil. Okay, so important customer voice of customer. Okay, you have to take a look at voice of customer. How are you going to improve it? Look at the current and future state, no, then solve the customer. You can also use that model. Value stream mapping, VSM, to provide an overview of an entire process, starting and finishing at the customer, and analyzing what is required to meet customer needs. Okay? Why value stream mapping? Speed up, or I'll talk about the model later. Speed up or prioritize the overall production or service process. It offers an overview for you to see at a glance the restraints and delays in your process, or you can check single status about the progress of its task. Why value stream mapping? Again, identify and eliminate waste for all of your production. So what you do is, in terms of value stream mapping, you look at every aspect of the process. Okay, all the process should be looked at, and look for the the one that's giving you too much issues. Okay, in terms of design, in terms of methodology, in terms of the people working the process, in terms of the utilities, other resources. No? For example, design and delivery, the most common types of waste for production management, including, there is what you call, I think, 7 wastage in manufacturing. Okay, overproduction, unnecessary wasting time, too complex processes, transport, transport waste, overproduction, overprocessing waste. I forgot the others, but there are around 7. When you're doing lean management, you have to know all the 7 waste in manufacturing. Okay. All right. Okay. You have to look the entire process. Okay. Number 1, your number priority, your priorities always in the customer. No. Okay. You have to look at your IPPC. You know the IPPC? Inventory, production, inventory. I forgot. Inventory process, I know. Forget IPPC. Sorry, now I remember. Sometimes I'm already old. Inventory planning. Okay, inventory planning and production control, IPPC. Most of the manufacturing companies, bigger, especially the bigger companies, they always have IPPC as a one department. The IPPC is the one planning the raw materials, no, from the forecast. Okay, they are working back. They're just using Excel, no, in working back. What is working back? For example, I'll give you example, poultry business, chicken. You are raising poultry, and then you put them in when they have become 45 days, I think, 45 days, no? They will harvest the broiler, and then harvest them, and then take them to the dressing plant, no? Okay? They are selling the chicken by live, no, live chicken, or dressed chicken, no, or cut ups, different part of the body selling to the market. So how they going to work back? Okay, the forecast is how many kilos of chicken, 1 million kilos, for example, or 100,000 kilos, example. You're growing them, no? You're growing them in the contract growers. Grow the chicken up to 45. But if you want spring chicken, you know spring chicken? Have you eaten a spring chicken in Max restaurant? Very nice. Max chicken. You try to order spring chicken. I think spring chicken is only you're growing chicken to 30 days growing. So you work back. What are the things you need? The IPPC, inventory planning and production control. What are the things you need? You need feeds, you need vaccine, you need antibiotics, you need mass feeds, you know, you need pellet feeds, grower feeds, finisher feeds, you know, starter feeds, and inside the feeds, you also have some raw materials like mycotoxins, you know, yellow corn, wheat, yung trigo. Then, what else? Fish feeds. What else? So many things. Soybean meal, vitamins, minerals, etc. There are more than 50, I think, macro and micro materials for the feeds. Then you plan for that. You plan all the raw materials. Because you are giving it to the procurement for purchasing all these raw materials. And some materials also are from abroad, like wheat. We are 30%, I think, or 12%, not more than 20% in the formulation are wheat. Wheat for 1 kilogram, 30% of 20% rather of wheat. The yellow corn is 60%. So from this is the information. You plan how many metric tons of yellow corn that you're going to purchase based on the, let's say, 100,000 live chicken or 1 million live chicken. Let's say, for example, 1 million live chicken, average of live weight of 1.5 to 1.7 kilogram per chicken, per broiler. So you're going to plan that in the IPPC here. Okay? In order for you to manufacture the finished products, feeds and other requirement for the growing of broiler from day-old chick to 45 days, you need to plan all the raw materials. You need to determine the silo capacity. You need to see the warehouse space, how many square meter that you have. Is it enough? You have bag materials, you have grain materials that you're going to put to silo, things like that, no? And then you feed all this information to manufacturing for production, okay? So they are controlling the inventory in terms of raw materials and finished goods. You know, how many finished goods that you require for sales this month? So how many raw materials that we're going to need to purchase? No, so many things that you're going to do. Sometimes you need they call it LC. You know LC? When you import materials from abroad, you need LC, letter of credit. But I'm not going to go into details because that's my training in inventory management or procurement. No, LC. You need that document. No, bank to bank transaction, LC, letter of credit. So you know already how many materials you're gonna need from the overseas procurement. You need LC, you need PO, purchase order, etc. So you need the IPPC know the daily schedule in terms of material handling, in terms of processing, in terms of packaging, in terms of shipping. You also take care of the supplier in terms of the having a pool of accredited suppliers. In order for you to have a good quality pool of suppliers, you need to identify all the suppliers. You need to screen, you need to audit the supplier because there is also very critical. In order for us to be able to produce our quality products, we need good suppliers in terms of packaging, in terms of sugar, in terms of, we are buying in bulk. We are buying in bulk. Why we are doing that? We can save money if you buy in bulk. Okay. Like for example, sugar. You're buying in bulk. How many bulk sugar, metric tons sugar you're going to buy? Maybe you buy it by bulk, or it's not packed. When you say pack, put it in a poly bags, sako. More expensive rather than buying in bulk. For example, you buy 100 metric tons for production. All of this will be bought in bulk, like the grain, yellow corn. It will be unloaded from the sea, from the birds. Or maybe it goes to the Pasig River, going to Pure Foods or RFM Corporation or San Miguel, birds. And then there is a material handling equipment, sacking all the yellow corn, putting it in the silo. More cheaper in terms of price per kilo if you are buying in bulk rather than by pack materials like in sacks. Even buying it from the north, from region 2, where we have our yellow corn, region 2. There are two areas where we grow our yellow corn, region 2, in Isabela and Tugigaraw, Ilagan, Isabela, and region 10 in Cagayan de Oro, in Bukidnon. Those are the areas where we can get bulk of the yellow corn. So we have to train our material handler. We have to have good equipment, material handling equipment, forklift truck, reach truck, hand pallet tractor, okay, processing, state of the art, maybe the processing using automated equipment, automation or process automation. Packaging, okay, we have good equipment, we have good people working, skills, competencies. Shipping, we have to have good trucks for delivery to customers, to supermarket, hotels, public markets. Nowadays, companies don't own road trucks. They are what you call outsourced. There are trackers. No, you're paying the trackers. No, that's how. Most important is that you also try to, you know, when you do accreditation of trackers, screen all the tracking company. Make sure that they are also good in terms of customer service. Their people are trained. You know, yeah, you have to take care of them. You have to look when you are accrediting the supplier, you are accrediting the shipper, tracker. You have to look for their ability to do this kind of work. Is this their business? Are they good in this business? Do they have long experience? Do their people are trained? Okay, so in short, if you do audit of the process, you have to look all these things, and you have to value stream mapping. Okay, for you to be able. Bottom line is the customer. Customer is like king or queen. King or queen. Because you have to take care of these guys. Because without the customers, all of this is all about customer. All these processes, all about customer, because you have to take care of customer. To have to make sure that we are servicing this customer good. Okay, and listening to their feedback in terms of the taste of the product, in terms of the packaging of the product, in terms of the services, the merchandiser, you know, the dicer. Are they good? Are they courteous? Do they have good customer service? And things like that. Okay? This is the value stream mapping for you to solve the problem. Okay? You're solving the problem in its area, in its aspect of operation or the process. In its sector